Sounds pretty good. Check one. Check one. Why can't I hear myself? Echo? Hmm. Doon doon chicka doon doon chicka doon doon chicka doon doon.
His name is Armand.
His name is Robert Paulson.
Armand.
What's up, Rennie? First as always. Keith, very close, very close.
What we got going on here, man?
Keaton, not even close at all. You were third. Yes, so you can't count. That's cool. What's wrong with our camera? We need to fix our fucking camera. God damn it! Is that you?
That is me. I have to turn this down.
You got your charger on? You do. Good. What's up, Victor? Dean.
Victor.
Does this say our first stream? This is our first stream. All right. What? I don't know. You know how Peach is. He's fucking crazy. He's a maniac. This shit. He does jokes that are over most people's heads. I think he likes that. Some people, I think you're one of them, get off on having jokes that nobody else understands.
What about Armand?
Where is Armand? Crazy Armenian. Man, for whatever reason, the fucking chat coming from Facebook ain't working, right? I don't like that. Let me see if I can fix this.
What about Armand?
No, that's horrible. You got it pulled up higher?
What do I need to do?
Tilt the cam down a little. The cam itself, yeah, like that. A little further. I mean, fuck it, that's fine. It doesn't really
We're
matter.
talking about Armand.
What you should do is pull the camera thing up the middle of it and drop the height of the back leg. I'm coming. Never mind. Stop it. You're going to make it fall. Nobody sit down until I'm done doing this because I got to stand up. So what I'm talking about is this.
Talking about Armand. Oh.
And then we'll just take and drop this down. Put it out here.
And then we have, and then there was two.
If I ever said I'm getting money, just know
I mean it. What's your question? Buzzkill. Buzzkill be the answer.
Excuse me. That ball sucks. It gives no answers.
No.
There's nothing on that actually that is close to a real answer.
No.
Any question.
Buzzkill.
Watch. Will I ever make one more dollar? Let's see.
And
It actually fucking would. Come on.
Armand.
Oh, this thing's a piece of shit. Come on!
you're supposed to be
Puff,
here
puff,
today.
pass. How is that the answer to any real question?
I think what they're saying
said, will
is,
I ever make
can you
another
hear me?
dollar?
You can't hear me.
Yeah, what was the answer?
What, you can't be heard?
No, I can't be heard. Maybe I need to
I
turn
hear
myself
him.
up.
Yes, probably can hear me.
Hello, yep, there it is. Armand.
Is Armand some sort of deranged fiend? A
Armand.
specific sort.
Oh, that has to be definitely.
Ask at 420.
Well,
Do you suck dick magic cannabis 420 ball?
It needs more data.
Only the bong knows.
look, I spent $12 on that ball.
You bought this?
I bought that.
You were stung, brother.
That's true too. Yeah, no, I won't deny that. Not a bit, man.
I'm going to throw this up on the TV so you
Hey, I was gifted. Man, everybody just be gifting me subscriptions on Twitch lately.
Bill Gates is here.
Bill Gates, huh?
Bill Gates is here.
Yeah, I got gifted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subscriptions in like a week. That's weird.
To what?
On Twitch. Just we're live on Twitch, by the way, Armand.
I don't know what that is.
Twitch.tv. That's beautiful.
So I'll show you.
It's for people half your age or younger.
Yeah, less than that. Third my age.
That's how you
Armand.
carried away. You're not that old.
This is Twitch, Armand.
Big love from Northern Cali.
It's kind of like a
Right back
YouTube,
at
but
you.
it's basically just for live streams. But mostly people play games on it. Like, so like you'll see, like, click on Tim the Tap Man here. And he's got 30.
You see what he's seeing? And,
No, see, this is him right here. And yes, he's playing. This
wow. All right. Yeah, but who can we see any of who our listeners are on that?
No, that would be a Google Hangouts.
Oh.
That's not this
Start to show here.
sort of thing. I'm watching from the UK. Well, thank you, mate. We
the
appreciate all
SpaceX
your...
they launched it, huh?
We appreciate all your
Didn't blow
support
up?
from the United Kingdom.
Yeah, what happened with that SpaceX thing there? I guess it went fine.
I guess it
I didn't hear nothing about it.
launched.
That's Jones. He says, "Fuck yeah, dudes." That reminds me of what was that movie with the big graboids?
Hey, Rebecca.
Tremors. What's that Melvin kid say? Right on, dudes, or something. Whatever.
Is that the one where people's heads exploded?
Goddamn,
No, that's
Melvin.
Scanners.
Which one's Tremors?
Tremors was the graboids,
Kevin
big old
Bacon,
worms
dude.
underground. Kevin Bacon.
Which
Oh.
one's Trevor?
Fuck you!
Yeah. Broke into the wrong goddamn rec room, didn't you?
I got myself a plan.
Huh. Somebody's on Twitch. Who's that on
Tremors.
Twitch?
Tremors
If you
was
don't
a
like
good,
Tremors, then fuck you.
don't
Okay,
think
that's
I've
one
seen
of those,
it.
That's a big. Well, it's now your job to see that. Has Michael Grossman? You might know him from Family Ties. La 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 la.
Yeah, there's the father.
Yeah,
Kevin
he's,
Bacon
Bert.
from-
He's Bert, the crazy gun guy.
Oh, okay.
films such as Footloose.
Reba McEntire, Victor Wong. Who
Victor
else?
Wong.
And remember
is
his
in
wife
that.
was it Meredith Baxter Burney on the show?
damn.
Yes.
They were born the same day.
Huh, she was a lesbian. Wasn't she in turn out in real life?
Was she?
thought
I don't
she
see where
turned out
that's
to be
relevant.
I thought
Yeah, she's pretty enough to be. Yeah.
pretty enough to be a lesbian.
Is that right, Armand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you mean sexually.
Right.
Fuck Team
That's what
Big
we'll be
E.
doing here.
Oh, who's Big E?
Hey.
Is that
Fuck
Big E or
whole
you?
team. Yeah, well, you know.
Hey, do what you got to do, you know.
Set you
Launch
out.
happens
You
in
time
30
out.
minutes. Oh, okay. We got 30 minutes. What do you think? What are the
No.
odds that it blows up?
What?
SpaceX. What are you
No,
talking about?
come on, man. It's going to go off.
How many times has it blown up before?
SpaceX goes off without a
50?
hitch.
Yeah, but this is the first. Actually, it's got a better chance because those ones that blowed up were NASA. This one's actually
Okay,
private
so
industry.
blow it up.
Fuck Team Big E. There it is.
Nobody's watching on Twitch. What a fucking shame. We got custom emotes.
Somebody
We
from
want that. We
Oklahoma.
want that.
Josh. Fuck that whole team. Boy, is he talking about
I mean,
us?
He's
He's
talking
talking
about
about
Big E's team.
Fuck Team Big E.
Oh. I agree with that. Thank you.
I agree with
Yes.
that.
I echo that statement.
He loves you.
Dr. Fauci is here.
Oh, of course he is.
Victor, yeah, now fuck his team.
Are you talking about Armand?
Dr. Fauci.
Armand's team. Armand, did you see them fucking cops kill that guy in Michigan with
Stomped on his
the
neck.
knee on the back of the
I didn't see that video. I read about it.
bro?
Well, hey, listen.
I can't breathe.
They fucking bro. Yeah, they fucking,
That reminds me of the
they
guy in New
killed that
York
guy.
that they killed, too.
Yeah,
Very similar to
Eric
that,
Garner.
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed that fuck. They killed
now,
that.
what
fucking guy.
did this guy allegedly do that they...
They thought he was writing a bad check, so the store called the cops. And it turns out he obviously wasn't writing a bad check though. But
I don't think it matters. It's still a little overkill, I think, there.
mhm.
I'm wondering what happens if I walk into a store without my mask.
Armand walks into a bar
without a mask,
without a mask. He gets asked
What
to
happens?
what happens? Well,
What if I don't leave?
leave. Then they kill you.
Did you see what they said to that lady in Staten Island? They were all over her.
no? What happened?
Oh, they were yelling at her to get out, get out. They were all,
Wait,
people-
what?
It looked like it looked like some kind of Frankensteinish.
I'm about
She was
done with
the-
these
the
fucking
creature.
assholes, man.
Armand, what the fuck you talking
I'm
about?
talking about a woman with not wearing a mask, and these other people were
Ostracized her basically, meanly. at that.
ostracized.
Oh, for not wearing a mask?
yeah.
Go
Well, they
fuck
were
yourself.
screaming at her. It looked
Oh,
like they're
tell
going
them
to
go-
attack her.
Go fuck yourself is what I'd tell him.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like I just walked into one of those Dollar Tree to get something, and I wore my mask because they won't let you in without one, or they whatever. What are they
Some
going to do?
horseshit.
Right, but then she hands me my change, and we basically touched hands.
You all touched hands, and then what happened?
Well, I was stimulated.
I know you were.
Yes, but isn't
on
that
my Twitch
dangerous? I
code
mean, I
here.
wear it, even though I'm wearing a mask.
Armand,
It's ridiculous. It was in Minnesota.
Minnesota Armand.
Uh-oh. SpaceX means that they are just putting bigger chemtrails up. Well,
Yeah, I
that
love
that
bigger
could be.
chemtrails.
SpaceX is Musk, isn't it?
I mean,
Isn't that Musk?
if Elon could do
Oh, there
some
it-
fucking chemtrails, he's going to do them
Frank,
the best.
but Frank, do they have a sign on the door that you must wear a mask to enter? Because they had
there's
signs
stores
everywhere.
There's stores around here that you cannot go in without a
What do
mask.
you mean? Every one of them. Walmart, Dollar Tree.
I've gone in every store recently. I made the decision for myself to not wear a mask. I just don't like the way it feels on my face. I'm sorry to the world.
Okay, I want to see you go into this store and see what happens when you.
Well, they'll ask me to leave, and I'll say,
Probably.
well, that is your right. I'll
Okay,
leave.
and you'll leave.
Yeah, no big
Okay.
deal. But until then, I'm going to try to skirt past it every bit I can. I don't have a bigger dick because of it. It doesn't make me smarter.
Nope, that's wrong. It does.
Well, I went in the DuQuoin, the Walmart by Tonga.
Yeah.
I wasn't wearing a mask.
Yeah,
but,
I mean-
but I'd say about a
Yeah,
third of
that's
people
DuQuoin,
weren't wearing masks.
It's fucking
But-
DuQuoin, Armand. Jesus.
Well, there was nothing in the door that said you had to, though.
Of course not. It's DuQuoin.
What are you trying to? What are
I'm
you
just
implying
kidding.
by that?
Ocho Man is good.
His name is Armand. That's a good Ocho voice. I feel like. Is that not
I don't know.
bad?
I was half asleep. I was.
I didn't think it was a good one. Just
Really?
saying.
He gets once in a while. He gets it pretty close.
Who, me?
Say it again.
Armand.
No, it has to be a little more gravelly.
Armand.
No.
Mm.
Trying
Armand.
too hard. You're trying
No,
way too
yeah,
hard.
that might be it.
Is Ocho Man good? No, hell no.
In the what?
I don't know. Just in general, I guess.
Sack.
Well, I wouldn't know about that.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Been ready. Born ready.
We're going to need a card, though.
Scorn ready.
I'll just pull it off YouTube later. Fuck it.
Torn ready.
You ready?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, what is that? Whose theme is that?
That's my personal theme music for whenever I take a shower.
Oh,
I put that on and I'm just like, damn it.
very rarely heard. You stink.
I don't.
I know you're at that age. You got to take showers.
You're
You're trying to get
listening
laid.
to
37.
Surreal Talk.
29, I mean.
Inside
29.
the world of cults, conspiracies, and the
paranormal. Something's not right, man. Something's not right. Something's bullshit here, and I don't believe it.
Honestly, this crazy shit could be completely possible.
Disclaimer, we reserve the right to be wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
Amen to that.
You think you know the whole story?
I do.
Think again. Think again.
Now your hosts, Eric and Everett.
And Armand.
And Armand.
And God.
Welcome to Surreal Talk.
Do that again. Do that again.
Welcome to Surreal Talk.
And Brian, if you're listening, you hear that whole thing. Thank you. Welcome to the show, everybody.
A look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, paranormal, line data from production, and we are back with Armand, Everett, and myself.
Oh, is it speed time? Were you on coke?
No.
Yeah,
God,
sounds like
no.
a disclaimer for a
Beth?
commercial.
I was talking about this the other
Micro
day. The
machine
micro
guy,
machines
yeah.
guy, yeah. The micro machines
So you
guy.
speak very quickly.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, you don't remember the Micro Machines commercials? What is wrong with you?
Your results may vary. They always say that.
I like it whenever you like get a commercial for medicine, and then they tell you the side effects are bleeding,
God,
nausea,
yeah.
drowning, upset
Death,
stomach,
yeah.
diarrhea. You'll die. You'll get cancer in your ass, and your liver won't be okay.
Cancer in your ass?
Cancer in the asshole. Asshole cancer is what they call it.
Trying to figure out the
It's
last
not-
voicemail.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about you, Armand.
It's just a social show.
My
today,
favorite
Beth.
subject.
We're talking about
Welcome,
Armand.
We talking about the coronavirus? Does drive everybody crazy?
Also,
As if they haven't had enough.
It's fucking driving me crazy.
Are we going to all agree that this has been one just ridiculous panic,
I think
hysteria for nothing?
I don't think it's completely ridiculous, but mostly.
No, it's not complete. Can we just say this is a relatively virulent strain of
I
flu?
feel like it's been blown out of proportion.
A little, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about that today at lunch.
Can you
I'm
put
like,
it exponentially, 10
what's to
times
stop
out
this
of
happening
proportion?
next time? Like in next year, what's it going to be the flavor of the month virus that's going to cause people to panic again?
Well, I'm panicking about that.
And who was I telling the other day? Maybe it was on this last show where we did, where I was saying that this could be like the virus that called Wolf that fucks everybody over next time. You know what I mean? Nothing really bad's happening. I mean, there's people dying plenty on this disease, I guess. Not as much as they would have made it seem like it would.
So you're saying if it were a true virus that was as virulent as they made this out to be, nobody was going to pay any attention.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying next time.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Next time they won't pay attention.
They'll pay no heed because
Right.
this time it's like, oh yeah, last time COVID. Blah.
Right.
yeah.
This
Quite
time
possible.
it's fucking kills everybody.
It's the boy who cried Corona. is
Now, would you
basically what it
agree,
is.
however, that now this is obviously a simplification. Of course, as we always simplify on this
I
show.
love simplifying.
Republicans don't wear masks.
go.
Mhm.
Democrats
No,
wear
I'm
masks.
with you there. It's down
Do it
those
really?
party lines.
What, I'm asking. I'm just
Not
asking.
completely,
I'm trying
because
to
I
start
consider
a
myself
fight.
more of a Democrat,
Okay.
and I don't wear one.
Right. What
so
about
there's
you?
exceptions, but
What about
First of
me?
all, what is your party affiliation?
I don't have one, Armand. I don't know how many times I got to tell you that. I don't give a fuck about that.
Okay.
I would prefer just to not be either or and just vote for what I feel like.
But
is
you don't
right.
wear a mask.
Does
Does that have anything to do with my party affiliation? Not
No,
at
but it
all.
has something to do with my
you can be a Democrat and
hypothesis.
vote Republican if you like the
So what's your question?
person. I mean.
Well, would you say that Republicans lean more toward not wearing masks and Democrats wear masks?
I don't judge
That's all.
people based on things like that, Armand.
I'm not judging anyone. I'm
Answer
just
the
saying, do you
goddamn question,
believe
funny
that
guy.
statement?
I don't
That's
think
all.
that that's.
There's no other implication to it.
I don't think that it's like one way or the other.
You agree with that statement, more or less, right?
or
It's not
less,
a
yeah.
categorical statement. That's all I'm asking.
Right. I mean, most of the time
Tries
it's
to
true.
make
It's like
a battle
stereotype.
out of everything. I mean,
You know,
just-
not all stereotypes are wrong.
No, I think that's true to a certain. Now, I'm
Slippery
not saying
slope,
either
guys.
one's right or wrong.
Hot in here.
Slippery
Take my shirt
slope,
off,
guys.
everybody
Would you say more Democrats are hot in here?
Would you say
or
that women don't know
Republicans?
how to drive?
They know how to drive. Not well.
I'm just saying.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, okay. Oh, I made him laugh.
That was
That's been
good.
3 years. I
Fair
don't
enough.
think
That
I've
was
gotten a
fucking
chuckle
good.
out of him. All right.
Let's start.
Let's apologize for that right off the bat. Okay, sorry.
I thought it was
Just
funny.
a joke.
If
I
a
did
woman
too.
can't take it, it's because women don't have a sense of humor.
And they can't
Well,
drive.
there you go. That
I'm
too.
kidding. I love women.
Oh, me too.
Not quite as much
I'll
as
take a
Armand.
woman over a man any day.
So I guess I got some emails. You guys want to do
Oh,
some
boy.
emails?
Oh, Lord.
Already?
This email
So this
is
is like
from,
the pre-after show already.
This is a social show, Armand.
Yeah, we've said that 3 times. Just a social show.
What the hell does that mean? Yeah, but do we have an after show after a social show?
This is
After show is a social show.
Oh, so those are synonymous.
yes. You called by the wrong name, I believe.
Yeah, it's not really so much of an after show as a social show. Because how many times in the after show do we actually talk about
Sometimes
what we just talked
Well,
about?
I'm trying to.
Rarely.
So this email's titled Team
Otherwise, it would
Everett.
still be the show.
Team Everett here by Laura. Hi, love your podcast. I'm Team Everett
Thank
because
you.
he seems more open-minded.
Oh, horseshit.
I love how he seems interested in talking
He just
about
doesn't
questions
care.
and concepts that have no answers and no explanations.
I love you.
And will never have answers.
And he has no
Yet,
opinion on them.
She's not
he
wrong.
still
True.
dissects.
What's that?
Dissects.
Dissects.
Yeah,
I
dissects.
say bisects. What?
He's into that bisects. I have yet to find someone in real life who I can talk to like this, but I hope to come in contact with him in the future. Anyway, keep
Maybe
it up.
Here's my number.
I love your
Yeah.
podcast. I know him in real life, and it's not all it's cracked up to be, too.
So what does she like the most about him?
She said he's charmingly handsome.
Everett?
Yeah.
No, he's lying.
Oh, no.
Basically,
Yeah.
that I like
No.
to wax philosophic on certain topics that can't be like, is there an afterlife? Shit like that. You can't answer it, but I love the discussion of it.
Well, I think most people liked our after show
just
last
really
time
cool
about
talking
asking you all those quick hitter questions. The
People fucking loved that. By
Yeah.
the way. The real quick fucking
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
The
I love
lightning
being
round.
interviewed. It's fun. I'm not much to give information
maybe
out
we can-
unsolicited, but if
maybe
you
we can do-
solicit it, I'll give you whatever you want to know.
Maybe we could do me today.
I don't
Yeah,
want to do you. I don't want to know anything about
it's
you.
a figurative term.
And by the
Is
same
it?
figure, I don't want to know anything else about him.
All right, so this next
I think I
email
can
is-
answer. You know, it'd be more fun
To do
ask him
you?
the question. No, ask you the question. I'll answer for him and see how close I get to his real opinion.
Oh, so it's
I
like
think
a
I know him that
newlywed
well.
game.
Yeah, right. 10 points.
What? You
See,
know
now
my
that-
favorite food is mashed potatoes.
See, now that is as chauvinistic, I guess, as because the first round. It's only 5 points, right? If the woman can decipher what the man
Yeah,
thinks,
I hate
it's
that.
10
We're like-
points if the man can decipher. That goes to show you that women are somewhat indecipherable, I guess, right? Why is it twice
That's
as many
fair.
points?
They are indecipherable.
It's implying that women are more airy, a little less logical, less practical.
I mean, I think you're assigning that to that.
well, why?
yeah, I
Then
don't
why?
know.
Why would it be twice as many points?
Do you think that was conscious in their mind? when
Yeah,
they
I
did
sure
that?
do.
Well, in that day and age, 76.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What do you think? Bob Eubanks is Ralph Nader? It was,
Eubanks hosted that originally?
yeah, Bob Eubanks.
Yeah.
Now he's doing like
Bet outside.
Bet outside.
I saw him.
He was always pervy, wasn't
That
he?
was
Didn't
Bob
he- Didn't he
Eubanks?
come with a pervy?
Yeah, wasn't it? The guy that
No,
was, he was
no.
the Minnesota Twins announcer for like 30, 40 years.
No, you're thinking of Bob Euchre.
Never mind.
Bob
Some
Eubanks
people's
is doing
kids.
like denture commercials now or something. He's like 80 years
I don't
old.
know Bob
and
Eubanks.
he's selling life insurance. He's the one that says,
Frank
what is
Williams.
your second favorite? That is not an urban myth, by the way, that question. What is your second favorite place to have sex? And the wife said, in the butt.
Oh, yeah.
That was on YouTube.
I've seen that
I
one.
thought
yeah.
that was
I
an
mean-
urban legend that somebody said that.
You got your first favorite, and then you got
Now that
your
is-
It's like in
Yes.
Mallrats, one of the screens someplace very uncomfortable. What, like the back seat of a Volkswagen? Or Volkswagen?
That would be
That's
very
Mallrats.
Yeah.
Well, you're quoting freely from
well,
old films.
Let me
I'll
quote
quote
this.
anything that moves. That
Let
was
me
also
quote
from
this
Mallrats.
next email from Light Peach. Light Peach
Oh,
says,
that's a woman, I think, right?
yeah. Says,
Light Peach is not a woman.
show us some ankles and belly buttons.
Us? Ooh.
Yeah. We may have to rain check that there.
No, he always is. He's always good with the fucking super chat. Wah, there's an ankle for you. Let's get Amish.
Oh,
on.
wait, I
There
don't
it
want to
is.
miss my opportunity to
Who's got better ankles?
show off my shoe news here. The custom orders from the.
No, he's got a pretty well developed calf.
Shit, bud. What are you talking about? Come on. You're real.
Yours looks like a tomahawk meat. Very skinny on the bottom.
Anyway.
Yeah. He has a little more circumference. Than you.
Mhm. Oh, this guy spells your name Armand.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so
I'll
this
accept
is,
that. Wow, that's a long one.
Yeah.
All right,
You wanna
who's
read it
this?
since it's to you, Armand?
Oh my God. Oh, you want me to read it?
Yeah, here you
Oh
go.
boy.
Don't say his last
Oh
name.
boy.
Probably won't.
Oh boy.
Here, this
Interesting episode on McCarthy this week, but there's a Wikipedia article you should have read before getting into it.
should have, wouldn't have been?
Yes, should have. Or apostrophe V.
Should have, yeah. Mhm.
Holodomor? What the hell is that?
What do you mean? It's not so easy to read these emails, Armand?
No,
Come on, what are you talking
It's
about?
a word I'm not familiar with. Holodomor, I guess, is Russian, I guess. It's a
That
genocide
sounds
of
like
the Ukraine.
It's
intentionally-
Holodomor, bud.
Holodomor.
Yeah, Holodomor.
sounds Armenian.
No, it's
The way you
maybe
said it.
Ukrainian.
The way you
Genocide
said
of the
it.
Ukraine.
Not much
intentionally
difference
by the
between you
Soviet
Armenians and the
Union.
Ukrainians, though.
Well, I speak a little Russian, so Holodomor. Doma.
Brownie one.
Nostvedonia.
This happened years before the Red Scare took place, and it's completely understandable why you would headhunt every last communist trying to subvert your society. Of course. Complaining it's xenophobic is extremely short-sighted and a lack of knowledge regarding ethnic politics of the era
Yeah, well.
in both the Soviet Union and the USA. I'd agree with that, too.
But the thing is, we get to look back not on through the spectacles
The
of
prism,
that age.
the
We get
prism.
the prism of that age. We look to it through our current eyes. We get to judge. That's why we get to look back on history and judge history. That's the point of it. We're not trying to look at history from how it was then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's like saying, why didn't we just nuke Germany in the First World War? Well, we didn't have
says that?
atom bombs. I mean,
Yeah. Who says that?
well, I'm just saying it's the same thing. So why did they think that way? That was stupid. Well, they thought that way because
They
that
were
was the
dumb.
way they thought back then.
The
I'm
first
sure.
nuke was,
Believe me,
3 weeks before
believe
the
me.
actual usage,
30 years from now, they'll think how stupid we are to believe in global warming.
and they'll be wrong.
No,
They'll be
they
also
won't.
112 degrees.
Okay, they'll be dead anyway, so
That's
it
good.
won't matter.
Good.
At the time, the Soviet Union was known as a Jewish state due to its amount of Jewish funding
Fuck
and
those
influence
goobacks
in
from the
its upper
future. There, I
tiers.
said it.
I'm not sure about that one. Some of which is considered to be a reason to genocide the Ukraine people who considered them less than a Ukraine native, which was common at the time in all countries. You also have the U.S. media of the era being mostly owned by Jewish interests. Boy, I think I know where this is going. And intentionally siding with the Soviet Union, which was major reason for the U.S. to enter into World War II. I can't remember the name, but there was an extremely popular political figure of the era who pointed out this exact thing and immediately got shit canned because of it. His wife couldn't understand why he lost everything for speaking the truth about the media's influence on the USA at the time, leading them into a war. If you consider this political climate, then you can understand exactly why McCarthy went pedal to the metal, trying to root out any communists in the government. Imagine today you had political power and you saw a group with loyalty to an outside faction who had just genocided millions of people. They took over their country and then starved them all to death. What would you be willing to do to stop that? You can call it a conspiracy theory or some sort of Nazi if you want, but that's just the political climate of the era. It's not even hidden away if you are interested in the politics surrounding World War II, but
Are
it's
you?
very taboo. Oh, absolutely. To put the pieces together, the modern media strangely continues to attack people who point out the same facts.
So are we trying for justifiable genocide? Is that the thing?
Not
here?
yet.
No, I think he's justifying the
means.
the
McCarthy's
attacks on
means.
communists.
Sure.
Not genocide per se,
Political
because of
climate of the
genocide.
It's a slippery slope.
Slippery
It
slope.
does have an interesting spelling of my name.
Armand.
Yeah, got a much better understanding of reality than the other hosts in this episode. Amen, brother.
Fuck this guy.
They have no conception of reality.
Genocidist.
If you agree to a fist fight and someone pulls a gun, it doesn't matter what you agreed to.
Yeah, it
point
does.
there.
Not
It
sure
makes a
where
guy
that
pussy.
applies, but
And makes him a murderer.
the guy who has the gun is going to win. That sounds like Obama, though. We don't bring fight for a knife fight. We've been gone. The guy who has the gun is going to win that fight, and he gets to decide what. He said that. I'm quoting him. What's right and wrong because the other guy's dead. True. Everyone lies, cheats, and does dishonest things. That's the nature of humanity, you included.
Especially.
You can say we shouldn't, but that's just a childish view of the world, and you know you have done those things yourself. You know it.
I've genocided.
Guy who pulls the gun makes the rules of the fight unless someone else has a bigger gun.
I guess that's fair. Just
Or a
as to
higher
say there's no rule in
muscle
a fight.
velocity, I guess.
In a real fight, there's no rule other than survive.
True. Street fight, yeah. I mean, we're not talking about UFC.
I said a real fight.
Yes. If he wants to tell you he's the tooth fairy,
Like
then
the
you're going to
distinction.
agree to it or be dead. Armand, I guess that's me.
Armand.
Understood McCarthy had the biggest gun in the country pointed at his head and pulled out his own one, pointing it right at them. He was fighting to
He didn't
stop
have a gun
genocide.
pointed at his head before he started.
Not
that
at
shit.
all.
Absolutely he did.
How?
Sure he did. I told you how. You didn't listen to a word I said.
That's
The other
no news
senator
here, but-
started.
The other what?
The other senator started it.
Started.
Tidings, the Tidings Commission, those guys.
They started
They
it.
sure did.
God.
He was fighting to stop
Take my ball.
genocide
Go back to Wisconsin.
and enablers from killing the people he's supposed to work for. Scummy or not, it's a pretty solid stance to take. No one is clean in politics, that's for sure. But at least he was trying to protect his people instead of starve them out.
We can be fucked up.
It's easy to say he was scummy and had all these flaws, which
Sure
is
was.
what you simpletons do.
Sure.
But if you consider the media influence of then and now, it didn't matter. If he was squeaky clean, he still would have been labeled a monster. I agree with that too. Armand understood. I guess I just did understand. it,
Armand.
and said
That's it,
that's
right.
all right. He doesn't know, and said it didn't matter. He agrees with me. He's brilliant. What he was labeled or did, he was right and ignored. In this very episode, you actually take political stances the communists did, and at the time would have been considered anti-American, complaining
have.
about xenophobia.
Sure, at the
being
time,
one of them.
they would fucking burn a gay guy at the stake. So I mean,
yeah,
who's
bit of
right?
a
or wrong?
ramble,
And,
but I thought it's a
black
good
people couldn't
topic, and I
vote,
could
right?
point you
Yeah.
towards something that might shake up those opinions a bit. You're not going to shake these opinions, I'm afraid.
Depends.
guys-
Not on standard
These
morality.
two guys have basalt heads.
Not on morality. You're not going to shake me. You're not ever going to get me to think it's all right
Wait a
to
minute.
fucking.
Also, get Armand drunk. Okay.
Shotgun
And do an episode on
accusations.
global warming shills. Boy, I don't know what I'd do drunk, but people who make profit off of scaremongering and prompting and promoting it. Greta, whatever type of people in the business funding her and profiting off quote solutions they sell, it would be a blast.
How dare you?
Not a bad idea.
How dare you?
Sounds like a boring show.
Isn't
to
she
me.
talking about coronavirus now too? Isn't she supposedly authority on that?
She's
too?
on some sort of fucking panel for that. I don't know.
Wow.
People who get pissed off over
who was
Greta
that?
are totally missing the point. Obviously, she knows nothing and she's a parrot. Obviously.
Who's listening to it? That's what-
Exactly.
well, I want to know.
Like, why people get so mad about her? She's a fucking puppet. No, duh. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not mad about her spouting her
Hello.
opinion. It's just how stupid can you be to listen to her? Isn't that a
Yes.
little enraging?
Well, that people would actually take what she says as like
Right.
gospel. Yeah, that's
I don't know. Do you think they're that people that dumb?
people don't believe in global warming either, but we don't call them dumb. Not to their faces.
I
As far
think
as
there was a jab in there somewhere. I'm gonna
as at least
I'm
a
gonna-
hook.
try to figure that out, and I might get pissed.
Don't worry about it.
All right,
It's
that was a good email. I agree with everything he said.
Well, let me hold.
Although
hold
I don't
that
think we went to
voicemail.
war. I don't think we went to war over to help the communists in the Soviet Union. That I do not agree with.
Yeah.
We went to war because Roosevelt wanted to get reelected. That's why we went to war.
He reminds me of Sam Kinison a little bit from Back to School. I'll tell you what they don't really want you to know. Nixon or Truman was too much of a pussy or something like that.
Truman,
Whatever it was. It was
not
the
a
quote
pussy.
from No, it's the quote from a movie. You know what I
okay.
mean? You ever seen
Roosevelt
Back
was
to
a
School,
pussy.
Rodney Dangerfield?
Armand. Robert wants to know what accent I was doing on the 4-year anniversary show before I did the burn.
Hold on, we've had a 4th anniversary show?
We had a 4-year anniversary show.
Is this recent?
Yeah, it was like a couple weeks ago.
And what accent you were doing? Were you doing your British accent?
I don't know. I don't remember.
What accents do you do?
I got like a Chicago. I got a British. I got a hard Mexican. I don't do
How
that
about a
one.
soft Mexican?
What if I told you about impersonations and the rules on impersonations, how to get out of
That's
not being
fair.
racist?
I got a good Cheech Marin.
There you go. Or you got a bad Cheech Marin.
I got a bad Cheech Marin.
You ever heard my theory on that about impersonations? How you can get away with not being racist? You can't impersonate a blanket Mexican impersonation. This is my Mexican man. Or what's up?
But if I
boss?"
say I'm from if I'm Cheech Marin,
That's allowed.
You can do it as a person. I'm doing a Cheech
Got it.
That's right,
impersonation.
Seth. It was
Bad or
Ted from
not.
Chicago.
So if you do just a generic Mexican, that'd be racist. I
Well,
guess.
I'm not
Even
talking
though
about
Mexican is not a race.
all people
Yeah, you
from
get my
Chicago,
point.
just Ted.
I hope. Like you can't do a
I get it.
generic
Yeah, I
black
get it.
guy impersonation, but you can
Right.
do like the Chris Rock impersonation or
Got it.
something like
Okay.
that.
Can I impersonate Obama?
You can. I wouldn't call it racist if you did it.
I'm not trying
Unless
to
you
be
start
racist.
throwing in some obviously racist shit.
No.
You're not really a racist
I have
kind of
nothing
guy.
against a man's race.
Yeah, I'd say you're not a
don't
racist
like his
guy.
politics.
You don't like idiots. Whether people are idiots or not, you don't like them.
I don't like idiots that think they're smart.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
fair too.
There's
like
some people that say,
anybody, so.
"Listen, I don't know. I'm stupid," and I'll admit, like, we're talking about welding. I'll defer to Eric. I don't know the first thing about it. I'm an
wouldn't.
idiot. I
Sure.
don't know.
Sure.
I'll probably put the flame in my own face.
Well, I wouldn't do that, Armand.
I'll-
You're not welding yourself.
See, and this
I'm
is the
just
guy
saying,
you're going
I'm
to believe about
stupid.
global warming. He doesn't know not to shoot himself in the face with flame.
Right, but I do know the laws of thermodynamics.
Wake up, people.
Do you?
Absolutely.
What's the 0th law?
That's the one I win all my bets on.
I know.
Yes.
I know. I need to get that from you so I can win.
Yeah, if body A is in thermal equilibrium with body
Don't
B.
tell them. I want to know. Off
they've
the
already
air.
heard it.
I
told
know,
them.
but they'd have to go
He
back
says
and
it every
find
third episode. All right, let's hit a couple voicemails here.
All right.
Oh, voicemails.
This is an old fucking one, I guess, that we missed from
Old fucking one.
March. So,
Yep.
I like what you've done here.
Hello.
This is from March?
Yes, sir. San Diego. It's probably Keith.
Yeah.
What's up, Surreal
Yep.
Talk? How's it going, Eric and Everett?
Hello.
Favorite
Hey.
brothers.
2 months ago, you weren't on the show yet.
And, of course, Team NM.
Oh,
How's it going, Armand?
there, it is Keith. Yeah. Thank you.
What
Thanks,
have you guys
brother.
been up to lately?
Not a whole lot,
Oh, shit.
man.
Let's try to
Little
tackle
of
that. It's
this,
been 2 months since you
little
left
of
this
that.
voicemail. We just had Memorial Day. That was all right.
Mm-hmm.
We've only did about a handful of shows since you left this voicemail.
Did you guys
4 or
do anything?
5.
Did you guys?
For what?
Did you barbecue or anything?
No, I
Anything
hurt my
traditional?
back.
Look at that sunburn. Let me tell you if I did some stuff.
Oh, good for. Oh, I saw the picture. You had a cute little baby you got there.
Yeah, I got one of those.
I like. What was she gnawing on? What did she have on her?
God knows.
Okay.
They chew on
Whatever she can get
everything.
whatever she can get her hands on is basically.
Okay.
I mean, the other day we found a rock in her mouth. So I mean, baby's going to chew on shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Hey, listen. Well, you guys don't have any sons, right?
no, nothing I'm aware of.
I was listening to a podcast yesterday, the wrestling podcast, amateur wrestling, not
Sure.
professional. And Ben Askren was on there, and
Really?
he made a point, and he has a son, and he talked about how kind of like our pussification of the United States, and he was making that point that at this point, boys are encouraged or discouraged from being aggressive. They were talking about is aggression or aggressiveness, which is obviously
Sexual aggression or just standard?
no,
aggression?
just aggressiveness on the wrestling mat. Is that a talent, or is that something that's innate, or is that a
I would
developed?
say it depends on the wrestler.
Well, I think the thrust of his argument was it's innate, but in our society, we're don't do that, don't hit him, don't wrestle, don't jump off that.
Civilized, yeah.
Right.
Thanks,
Would you-
Ramon.
if you had a son, would you say that, or would you say, God, go ahead, be a boy, be a man?
When he's wrestling?
I mean, like if he hits somebody, he's like,
No, I would say you
walks
don't-
up to his Uncle Eric
Don't
and
start a
starts.
fucking fight. No.
So listen,
Wow,
we
it's
just had
Uncle
this
Eric, though.
conversation yesterday with my friend and his son,
Okay.
and my friend's
How old
son,
is- wait a minute, how old is his son?
3.
Yeah, that's
So
that
he like
qualifies.
he did something and he was crying a little bit, and my friend tells him, "We ain't raising no girls around here."
Wow, good
you
for
know
him.
what I mean? And then someone that was there also was like, "You prick, don't say that shit to him." You know what I mean? And he's like, "No, really, because we're not raising no girls here."
I would say if I had a boy and he's like 6 and he's at that age where, hey, this is Eric, he likes to fight, and my son would go up to you and start, yeah. And
Oh,
I
I
know
do
you-
that with every kid.
right, and
every
you would,
kid I'm around.
I do too. I mean,
Yeah.
but in this day and age, most people say, oh, don't do that. We don't hit
Oh,
people.
come on, we're wrestling.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
So you'd say, go
Yeah.
ahead, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Wrestling's
wrestling.
one thing, but
I'd say go kick his ass.
Yeah, I tell him. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I must be wrong again because we all agree.
I don't think that's wrong. Thanks, Ramon, for the $1.99 first time catching a live show. Appreciate that, sir.
Oh,
and
thank
Ted, I appreciate you giving me written consent to perform as Ted from Chicago at all times.
All right.
What's the
Thanks,
consent?
Ted. If I give you $5, Ted, will you take that consent back?
No, he will not, Everett. Ted from Chicago does what he wants, so it's just the way it is.
You ever watch
Yeah.
Bob Burgers? Because you sound like Bob from
That's,
Bob.
yeah, that ain't Chicago.
Armand
That ain't a
does-
Chicago accent.
No, you guys don't do it right. It's Ted here from Chicago.
Nah,
and,
that's
we got-
Chicago.
No, Armand, you don't know.
I lived there. I know what Chicago guys sound like. You ain't got it right.
You remind me of that that guy from the movies
Hey,
that's always
Everett,
the
is that more of a
extra.
Chicago accent?
Yeah.
No.
Remember, what was that
course.
dude we did that event with? Sean?
lived there.
That guy was from Chicago. Remember his? Yeah, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
That's more of
yeah.
Chicago.
Hey, Ted.
Get down there. Go ahead.
Ted from Chicago, will you leave a voicemail so these guys know what the
Yeah,
fuck I'm
Ted,
talking about? Please and
settle
thank you.
this, please.
Ted from Chicago. No. Oh, fuck. Okay. Ted from Chicago. Yeah. Anyways.
Now, let me ask you this, though. If your daughter shows a penchant for being an aggressive person, would you settle her down too?
Yes.
No, wrestle.
You would settle her down.
I would settle my kids down. You can't just be aggressive and go try to beat people up. You can react and defend yourself. There's no point in going out and getting aggressive with people, in my opinion.
Well, it has to be controlled. We would say, but
What do you
you
mean
would
controlled
tell him and
aggression?
say, look, you don't pick on little kids.
You don't pick on anybody.
Well, if he's half of or a third of Eric's size, and he's your uncle. I don't think I'd dissuade him from fighting.
That's one thing where you come up and beat up on like
That's what I'm
an
saying.
uncle
Not
or something.
out in public or something.
But there's a
just
slippery slope
anybody.
there.
Well,
We got
that's
nephews who I cultivated this exact thing in.
Okay.
And all my nephews and nieces fight me always. Come up and try to fight me.
Great.
But it evolves into getting punched in the balls.
It does. It really does.
It never fails to evolve to getting punched in the balls.
Well, that's why I fought a bunch of
I
kids.
learned my lesson
I know
the hard
and
way.
I always do this. I don't care
There's
if they
a
hit me in the face.
Clip of the week. I fought a bunch of kids. man.
Yeah, I fought all kinds of little kids less than 5 years old.
Fuck
and
yeah.
I won most of those fights.
How many little kids do you think it'd take to kick your ass?
Let's change the
one
question to the
kindergarten
PC
class,
version
yeah.
of the question. If you could fight an unlimited supply of 5-year-old monsters, they have the same build, fighting style as 5-year-old humans, but you don't have to worry about hurting a human. They're just monsters. How many of them do you think you could take before they take you down?
Okay, you say that. Okay, these are 5-year-old monsters.
They're basically
5-year-old
5-year-old
kids.
humans.
They have the strength of a 5-year-old.
They're
Yes.
5-year-olds proxies, basically.
We'll just say clones for all
I don't know.
intents and
probably,
purposes.
when I gas out, it'd probably be, man, I don't know. I think I
It
could
all
knock one out in one punch.
I think
Probably
it
could, but
easily.
No,
But they start
Easily.
grabbing
Take a
on you
couple
like kids
hours.
do. Like,
Dude, I'm booting.
How many are
kids.
attacking?
I'm
Oh, I
kicking
thought it was just
kids
one at a time.
through the
They're like,
air.
how many to kick?
it's a mob, man. You got a mob.
Yeah, 50, 60, 70.
Yeah, whatever
At
can-
least. No,
I
I'm
don't know
going
that many.
80 kids.
80?
Dude, I could
That's a
beat up. Dude, I'm telling you, I could beat
Well, that's true,
3 kids up with one arm.
Well, the thing is,
got one
he's
right
got a
here.
point because there's only so many can attack you at once.
Come on,
anyway.
man. I'm beating every little kid up. They can't do enough damage.
Okay,
they
you're
cannot
probably
do
fine
enough
for 2
damage.
or 3 minutes. You're
They-
going to get slow, and they're going to come at you. You'll still over
That's-
8 at a
yeah,
time.
I don't think it's the number. I think it's the time you're fighting.
Right.
Yeah, it's
well,
just like-
how many think you could? You're breaking necks like sprinklers, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna channel my inner Anakin Skywalker and fuck those kids all the way.
Back
up,
yourself
I'm
into a
telling you.
corner.
Yeah.
Go bottle Thermopylae and get in a little break point and. Anyway, I thought we were doing a voicemail
But
Yeah.
tangent.
yeah, but what were you saying though?
A lot.
You're,
I'm going 100.
the point
kids.
he was no, but the point he was making though, he wouldn't let them do it because inevitably somebody gets hit in the balls.
Well, it becomes
But that's
ball
what-
hitting.
that's what
not
being
just
a parent
fighting.
is
It
all
becomes
about.
coming up and hitting him
You
in the
tell
balls.
people, it's like, listen, you don't hit him between the legs.
Well, you try that.
Well-
how many of my nephews?
Yeah, but it happens
Have you told that 100
inadvertently.
times, Eric, and still got hit in the balls?
But that's why
You need to go, you little fucker!
But that's hey, let me tell you, when
I'm
you're
gonna beat
wrestling
your
or fighting
fucking
with a
ass.
kid, this is how you do it. You got one hand on your nuts and the other one just
I'm just not going to teach kids to
holding him
fight
at bay.
anymore.
No,
so I don't have to walk
that's
around with my
not
hand
the
on my
answer,
dicks.
though.
Well, somebody else
I
teach
think
them.
that's a reason.
I'm not going to sow the seeds that get me punched in the balls anymore.
Well, you
I'm not
should.
doing it.
So it's an attribute though that you would somewhat diminish because you're afraid somebody's gonna get hit in the nuts. I don't know if that makes sense.
At least in that, yeah.
Or is it you, because most people just say, I don't want to have an aggressive kid.
Yeah, well, I don't want an aggressive kid for one. I mean, aggressive kids are
I would.
assholes. I went to school with a bunch of aggressive
But
kids.
that's what, as
without
being a
fucking fail, they're
parent,
usually
be
assholes.
aggressive but not being an asshole. That's
How do you
what you
pull
gotta
that
teach.
off?
Well, that's
Give me
the
one
subtlety.
example of a person like that
You
lives.
don't pick on littler kids. You don't pick on girls.
You don't pick on bigger kids. You don't walk
Yeah,
up
you
and say,
do.
if this kid's fucking a foot
No,
taller
you
than
don't
you,
pick
he's
on
a
anybody.
nerd.
But you don't take any shit off a kid either.
You don't take shit, that's fine. That's
I
not
just
aggressive.
realized
Well, don't start fights.
not aggressive.
But don't run away from a fight.
You got little man syndrome, don't you?
Yeah,
does.
damn
Yeah,
right I
that's
do.
what it
I didn't
is.
think about that till just
I had a
now.
lot
I got
to
a friend
prove.
that's got it bad.
Ask anybody that knew me in college. I had a lot to prove. I had to fight everybody.
We didn't have to, though. That's the thing.
I
That's the
did.
thing with little man syndrome. You don't
Yeah, well,
really
that's
have
what it
to.
is. I got the syndrome.
I got this. I got the fucking
How
syndrome.
tall are you? 5'9"?
4'11".
4'11". No, you're taller than that, man.
It's like 5'7",
Just
right?
barely.
I'd say you're 5'9", right?
5'7",
Ish.
5'8". I don't know.
In
I don't know.
my, what if I let my hair grow taller?
How fucking tall are you?
I don't know. I don't.
Did we do
Tonga,
it back
Tonga
to back
says she's
one time, didn't we?
5'9", and
taller
I'm
than
as
you?
tall as she is.
So 5'9" then.
I don't know. I think she's being very generous to both
Yeah, I
of
think
us.
we're going 5'5".
I disagree. If he was 5'5", he'd be up to like here on me.
And that's a little tip for people on like Plenty of Fish or because there is nobody on a dating site. No, there's no guy on a dating site
Today's
that is
dating
5'7". I'll give you a hint right there.
They're either
If they
5'3" or
say-
5'10".
If they say they're 5'7", they're 5'3", and if they're 5'7", they say they're 5'10".
Right.
Wait a minute.
Take it
hold
from a
up,
guy
hold
who
up.
was
That makes
around
sense.
5'8".
Say that again.
Saying anybody that's understanding they're 5'7",
Right.
they're actually 5'3".
Right.
Anybody's actually 5'7",
gonna say
says they're
they're
5'10".
Exactly.
So there's nobody who's 5'7".
That's right.
I would know what having to lie about your height's like, so.
Yeah, well, you guys are tall.
Yeah, I'd say average.
See, you gotta worry
Normal.
about your dick size. You gotta lie about that. See,
That,
I don't
yeah,
have
right.
that
Now
problem.
that's
right.
I got clever ways to lie about that.
Good for
though.
you.
Yeah.
All's fair.
It's as long as a kickstand, but only that big around.
It's like
too.
spaghetti.
It's like spaghetti.
Linguini.
Anyway, can we do this voicemail? This is probably why
All
this
right.
voicemail's 3 months old. We started it.
Yeah, we're having.
It's 2 months old.
It's Keith.
So.
He's It's on my team.
Well, me, I'm glad you asked. I've been
How have you been doing,
working
Keith?
every other day, and
You keep up on
apparently I've
Facebook.
been
or-
getting a lot of orders, and I'm selling zongs on my days off.
Selling
I
drones.
worked Monday,
Bongs, right?
Tuesday, sold some zongs.
Zongs, yeah.
Oh,
Or
zongs.
Zongbong.
Tomorrow,
I don't
going
think
back
he's even, I
Thursday,
don't think he's with them anymore.
selling some more zongs.
I don't think so.
He's not doing zongbongs anymore?
I don't know.
Sour zongs and all that?
I don't know. I
How
don't
could
think
I
so.
have missed that?
And going to work on Friday again. So it's been pretty rad.
Keith, are you out there?
Paying
Tell
me,
us what's going on, man.
Getting paid every day at work, so got paid today while I also worked on my little side project, selling sour zongs.
Oh, side
So,
project selling songs.
Things have been going pretty good for me.
See, I didn't think
And,
you were ties with him.
You know what? I forgot. Still Team Everett, because he just had his birthday.
He's
Team Everett.
Just have it
Jesus
on.
Christ.
One day out of the
Fuck
year, you can be
Everett.
Team Everett.
We'll just go
For
to
reference.
Surreal Talk today. Hope that's okay. One more bong rip.
Yeah.
Well, let's have
That's
it. Did he blow it?
No, there's the intake.
There's
Here's your song is on the way.
Four-stroke.
Keith, I got-
Thursday, which will be
Well, if you exhale and it sounds like that, you made a mess.
Yeah, there's something wrong there.
You made a mess. In fact, I don't think you could make it sound like that on an exhale. If
Hey,
you
I was-
blow through the ball.
Hey, you know, I was just thinking of another bar bet I always won that I almost
What?
got. Remember, I was going to get you it.
No.
Get a guy, ask him. They give him 10 minutes to write down every state. That is hard to do.
I could do it.
10 minutes?
I could sing it all.
I'll bet
in
you. I'll bet you
2
$20
minutes.
you don't do it.
Every
Listen.
country of the world. How about that?
Yeah. I'll say
Nobody's
United
gonna
States,
take that
Canada,
bet.
Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominica, Cuba, Caribbean, Grenada, El Salvador, too.
There's a whole song. I mean,
Every
country.
Yeah, but
Oh,
there's
man.
new countries. I
And
think
there's
you're going to miss a couple.
The
Yeah, that's
Animaniacs
true.
did the same song,
It
but
is
for
25
states
years ago.
and their capitals. Come on, get it together.
Okay,
already.
I never had anybody do it. I don't know.
Well, you never come across a
And I had a flight
Yeah.
attendant. She thought,
Never
oh,
met
for
a
sure.
top flight security.
Oh, the world, Armand.
So you get 192 countries. I think that's the number,
Yeah, man.
or maybe 197.
I don't know.
97. is
Depends
what-
on who you asked about sovereignty.
Right. Well, that too. But
I
I
mean-
mean, like East Timor,
That's a
but
fucking
South
loaded
Sudan.
question, Robert. Loaded
the question?
question, dude. Loaded.
What's the
What
question?
was the question?
Oh. Who's better at Halo? That's the easy question. I am.
Oh,
That's
boy.
not true.
I don't even know what it is.
Now, are you talking about
Like,
like?
who could beat the other person?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what the
Me?
game is.
I will beat him every time.
Well, he uses a keyboard and mouse, and I use a controller. We have different input
Controller
methods.
too, whatever. I mean,
You could not beat me with a controller. Period. Not
give
going to
me- Give me
happen.
1 hour to heat up on a controller. I'll
Not
beat
going to happen. I'll
why don't we-
I'll bet you $20. In fact,
Ooh.
that you can't beat me
I'm not
with a
gonna bother wasting
controller.
my time
Man's
on the
putting his
game.
money.
you. You're going to play a 12-year-old game?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm good.
What game do you play?
Mostly I play PUBG, which is like 2 years old, 3 years old.
What do you play?
He plays Halo 3, which came out in 2007.
Halo 3 and Halo 4 and
Yeah.
Halo 1 and Halo Reach and
Anyway, it doesn't
different
matter.
Halos.
This was bait. That was a bait question.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's a loaded question.
Well, hey, that's
And
what they're.
I would obviously win.
You wouldn't debate us.
You would if it was
In
on a
any
fair.
Halo-
If we were tournament settings and we sat down in a tournament to 1v1 each other, you wouldn't win
Why not?
because you'd have to use a controller.
Well, what is a PC tournament? They have those.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, if we sat
Oh.
down at a PC tournament, then that's different because
Oh.
I wouldn't be able to use a controller.
Yeah, see, here's the deal. I could beat you with your controller, and I could beat you with a mouse and keyboard. Now, you could... I'm not going to say I'll beat you every time with the controller.
You're
I'll
not going to
beat
beat
you.
me every time with a controller.
You'll never beat me with a mouse and keyboard. Mouse and
Like
keyboard.
if I had to do that,
This is ridiculous. Why are we even talking about this right
I would
now?
beat you with a
Somebody
controller
asked.
for sure.
Isn't that what the
Every
social
single
show's
time.
all about?
Kind of, but he's never going to beat me. We're never going to get past this argument because I'll play him and beat him, and they'll be like, you'll never beat me. He'll forget about it and say, you'll never beat me.
Oh,
What's
He's
that?
beat me one time in the
true?
history of beating me.
That's not true either. I've beat him 3 or 4 times in the history of beating him.
3 or 4 times in
But
history.
he always uses. That's with him using a keyboard and mouse and me using a controller.
Oh, I'm sorry you like to play with, like, why not take every advantage
with
you
what the
can get?
game was made for, designed with.
Oh,
I'm sorry you have
sound
to
like
pay
such a noob.
$300
So-
for a Zim. That's an extra input method, so you can
Well, it was
use
a-
a mouse
it
and
was 100,
keyboard.
but,
because it's not allowed.
Okay, so if you're all about how the game's shipped, then why do the rules of all the pro tournaments not go by the way the rules are shipped?
What are you talking
They
about?
changed the rules of Halo. Like MLG settings are not what you play on normal matchmaking or normal start up the game.
They are if you play competitive.
No. MLG V8 is not what you play.
There is no V8.
V7, whatever the last one is. My point is the pro rules are not vanilla.
Well, yeah, but that's what is
Yeah.
vanilla. What is vanilla? What are you talking
Vanilla
about?
is if you
Are
start
you
a
just
game on
talking
your
Team
computer, it
Slayer?
says Team Slayer, which ships with the game.
Well, Team Slayer is not competitive. That's not competitive.
Right, that's my point.
let me ask you guys this question from a guy who doesn't do any
Oh, this is boring.
play any of these games. what would be what's a purer test of skill and talent? Would it be there's a new game out that nobody's ever played?
YouTube Shad.
And you guys both play that game, and the winner is more talented, just innate talent? Or would it be, okay, I give you guys a week each to practice a game, and then you play?
I'm just saying, either which way, I have more innate talent, I have more practice talent.
I'm just saying theoretically, okay.
I mean,
but would you say that this is a brand new game nobody's ever played? Here are the rules, and here's how you do it. Go to it.
I wouldn't say he has any more talent at that than I do. If
Just
we're both,
theoretically,
if we're
it's a
both
rhetorical-
starting
not
and we
between-
have a
not
week
even
to
between
go,
you guys.
Disagree.
if we have a week to
In the
to
first
do
weekend
it,
of Halo 5,
I will.
I was number 1 in the world with kills per game. In the world, well, on Halo Tracker, which is the biggest tracking site out there.
with the keyboard and mouse.
Doesn't matter. You don't think
What's
there
the
ain't
difference?
fucking
What's the difference?
10% of
The first
population-
weekend.
Still, the point is, that's what I'm saying. First time anybody gets to play it, number 1 in the world. So
You're playing against people with a controller, though.
Now he's saying.
Wait till the next generation will be out. It'll be
Okay,
So
completely.
that's
excuses.
that puts you at a disadvantage if he's got a keyboard. And,
yeah, because think
So
about
what happens
this.
right now if you play online
So
with
think about this.
controllers have the advantage?
If
right
this is
now?
how you aim right here.
Here's what we'll do.
So I aim. Well, to aim this way, if I'm looking
can
over
settle
here,
this,
I
Eric.
have to go back across this dead spot and then aim that way. Well, him with a mouse, he gets to.
Oh.
There's no.
yeah, I
There's
get it.
nothing like
There's
with
no
mouse
dead
you can do with
spot.
keyboard.
There's no. You know what I
Right,
mean?
I
There's
get
no
it.
input.
But
It's
sounds the way he's
more
describing like there
precise.
is an advantage to having.
There's a definite.
but doesn't everybody
advantage.
have that advantage?
No, they didn't. They do now.
Oh.
Maybe like for the next generation of consoles, they will because it'll all be integrated keyboard and mouse. It'll probably be cross-platform also. But from the time it's all started,
Okay.
they've not had that advantage.
Here's the deal.
For $300,
You're
you could have
always
that
gonna be
advantage.
number 2.
For $300, you could have
It's
that.
kind of like
That's just the end
Pokemon
of
or
it.
something, right? Where you
can end
spend
this
more money
discussion.
on
yeah,
the
it's
cards.
pay
and
to, pay to win. That's right.
that's not fair.
Pay to win. I didn't think so either. Thank you.
But he seems to be disputing that.
Well, yeah, of course he's going to dispute it because that's how he plays.
There you go. He got you there.
End of the story is you're always going to be number 2.
I mean,
You are the little brother.
you can think that.
He's got little man
Not
syndrome,
only
and
will
he's a
I
big
think
man.
that, I will practice that day in, day out and show
You
you that
can't
you will always be
even
number 2.
prove that to yourself.
All right, whatever. I don't have to. I proved it 100 times before. 1,000 times
Who
before.
started that anyway? Who asked the question?
I don't know, but
was
it
that
was-
Josh?
They're
They
banned.
paid. They got their $1.99 worth. I tell you that.
Oh,
Done with
is
it.
it Ross? Ross Horan?
It was not
No,
right.
Yeah.
it was Robert Jarris.
Okay.
All right, here
Good
we go.
question,
Here's
I
one
guess.
From the 25th of March.
Hey, I was just listening to your virus podcast,
Thank you.
and you guys are talking about how many deaths up in Washington State. But,
Sure.
You know,
This is
26
2
of
months
them
ago.
was at one nursing home, so your statistics are kind of a little off. But anyways, I just want to say I kind of like you, Eric. You know, you remind me of younger me,
Thank you.
Eric?
like when I was about 12.
Oh, burn. Sick burn. That was good.
That was
Boom.
good. Yeah. Who was that?
I don't know, but I like him.
Was that the end of it? You didn't have anything else to say?
That was it.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a good payoff.
Yeah, that was good.
Well timed too.
Remind me of
Just when we were
myself.
all telling him what a dick he was.
After a fifth of Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
That was good.
You remind me of me when I'm asleep.
Let me take this one. Hi, guys. I don't know why you were so down on the last episode. It was an interesting look at a compelling topic with a lot of good information and a
Hey.
lively debate where you guys were actually concerned with each other's points.
Sure.
I wasn't concerned with your points.
I actually wish it had been
You guys are
longer.
dopes.
Well, they're not
and-
talking to you.
And more detailed. I do not know about the involvement of spies in the Russian, Chinese, Japanese aspect of American commitment in World War II. McCarthy, regardless of what you think of him, is clearly one of the people where alternative views to the mainstream are suppressed by establishment forces in academia.
Absolutely.
But he's a complex and multifaceted figure, and I think with more
So am
exposure,
I.
many
Still an
people,
asshole.
many
No, he's
people
not.
would
Yeah, you are.
form
I
their
was talking about you.
own
Oh, yeah, well, I am.
nuanced views on him and hunt his communist infiltrators.
Who is this? This is rather incisive.
This is Andrew.
Andrew.
Personally, I think he was a man focused into using reprehensible tactics against overwhelming odds that opposed him. I feel conflicted on whether this is admirable or not, in a way.
He's fishing with dynamite.
All right. Okay. Hey, Everett. Okay. We
Cheating.
dropped an atom bomb on the Japanese. Was that warranted? Some people would say that's pretty heavy duty.
That's
shit.
pretty
Fucking
heavy
did
duty.
the job,
Okay,
though.
Right.
You can't argue with the
well,
results.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
was it warranted? And
ask me
do we
this.
regret it?
If I was Japan, I'd be like, no. Okay, I wasn't my
Definitely
people.
if you're Japanese,
it's
that's
hard for
bullshit,
me.
right?
I honestly, yeah, man, I don't think we should ever do that again. Tell you that.
I don't think we will. Not
I
on
don't think we need
Japan
to do that
anyway.
again. I mean, we're lucky it was the first ones. They're only 15 and 20 kiloton. You know what I mean? We go throw a SAR bombers around like that, shit's
Well,
going to go
It
bad.
depends on where you're dropping them. 15 kilotons over New York would Be
fuck shit
plenty.
up. Yeah.
That'd be fucking terrible. Yeah. He was viewing a dangerous reality that others were denying to his face, either out of ignorance or more insidious motives. He is a challenging figure to he is a challenging figure to come to grips with, and an interesting discussion point in the realm of what lines can be justifiably crossed for a cause. Thanks for a thought-provoking episode. Team Armand for life, because his justifications, because somebody else did it, is... Oh, wait. But his justifications, because somebody else did it, is maddening occasionally.
Yeah, totally.
No,
That's just what everybody else did.
I'm just clarifying in this particular case, which I tried to get across to you guys, is when he talked about these names he supposedly had, he wanted to disclose them in committee. They wouldn't let him. Tidings kept going up his ass. I want to hear it now. Tell me now in front of everybody. Tell me now. Because I'm not sure about some of these guys. I don't want to put it in public. That's what got him in a bind.
Well, what
And
about the
that's what you
time
do.
where he outed that dude from Boston? That little, I think he was like a public defender.
Right. Well, that was part of his. But
he was pissed off because somebody else was badgering him. He's like, oh yeah, well, how about this fucker? I got
That
no
was his
evidence of-"
downfall, though, right there, where he
Yeah.
did that in front of everybody. So this is
Have you no decency, sir?
At long last, have you no
Yeah.
decency? Yeah.
This is Andrew again.
But they baited him into that, and he fell for it. I'll grant you that. He probably had a bad temper, no doubt about that.
Addendum from my previous email for Eric specifically regarding aliens and the Fermi paradox.
Oh.
I think the dark forest theory of extraterrestrial relationships is the best explanation for why we have not seen evidence of other intelligent life.
Which explanation?
Dark Force? I'm not familiar with that.
The short version is that if a technologically advanced society can detect another, their most logical course of action is to immediately destroy them using a relatively casual, low cost, for an advanced civilization, method like relativistic kill vehicle impacting their home star.
So like
Doesn't sound good.
fucking Star Wars 8, relativistic vehicle where they cut that other ship in half. Same thing. Imagine doing that right into our star.
Yeah.
It'd be bad.
Because
Sending
of
a
the,
Probably
you would
massive
pan out.
object at the speed of light into our star.
because of the distances and
What would that
times.
do?
What do you think that would do?
I don't know.
Something moving, basically the diameter of the sun in 1 second with
Well,
a higher
neutrinos
amount.
move at the speed of light, don't they? They're going
Yeah, but
through
they
the
don't
sun
touch
all the
anything.
time.
Yeah, but they don't
Okay,
interact with
well.
regular matter like one in a couple fucking
Right.
trillions.
But isn't the sun not regular matter?
It's plasma.
That's, I don't know. Check out Sky Scholar. It might be liquid hydrogen.
Either way, it's not liquid hydrogen.
That's apparently what Dr.
So you're saying
Robitaille
there's-
says.
That's just crazy.
Bill Robitaille said it.
Bill Robitaille?
that
No,
what he said?
no, Dr. Robitaille.
Yeah, Bill Robitaille.
Not his name. It's not
That
Bill.
breaks down the rest of physics, and any star's bigger than that, and black holes. It breaks
Well,
it all
that's
down.
right. That's what he says. There's no such thing. We got to do a show on him.
We ought to then, because that sounds like a crackpot.
Bum, bum, bum.
But that's what I was asking Tarsi too. I said, here's this guy on YouTube, and he's got a whole Sky Scholar. I subscribe,
Yeah.
and this guy's a PhD at the Ohio State University.
Yeah,
okay,
so is fucking the
All right, so you would
rock
think
star.
that, but I don't see, and I hear, Tarsi, this guy's a crackpot. Exactly that. I said, okay, prove what he says is wrong. I'm looking at these lectures, and to me, because he's talking about the formula
have to. We have
for a black
A
hole.
million other scientists out there that can.
I'm just saying, wouldn't it be easy to give some sort of rebuttal to this guy? I don't see it. All I hear is this guy he's out of the mainstream. Okay, where's what he says wrong? Because it's all posted.
Yeah, but that's
like
the
to
same
see it.
deal with like the flat Earth guy. You know what I mean? Why won't anybody debate him?
But I don't
They
think
really
that's his
have to.
answer. He says, like for the formula of a black hole, G is in there. Okay, what is G? The constant G.
That's just one G is like gravity, right? The
G
force
is
of gravity.
the force between two objects.
But what is universal
He says-
gravitational constant?
Well, that's what I'm
the
saying.
question, yeah.
That's what he's saying. It's by definition the force between two objects. What's that doing in the formula for a black hole?
Why wouldn't it be?
There's not two objects.
Event horizon.
And that makes
the black
that's what
hole.
I'm thinking. I said, that's right. I never thought of that.
Well, what if
so
what
why didn't
happens in
somebody
a black
explain
hole
that to
the
me?
effect isn't gravity? It's like a weird perversion of the strong force.
But that's not what they're saying either. It's
know,
in
it's
the
going on a
formula
tangent.
for a
So
Dark
Schwarzschild
matter.
black hole. And there it is right there. And I was like, he said that. What's this doing in this equation?
I wish I could go to school for physics. And
I know. I wish I knew.
still,
I'm
like,
not saying I know more, but it's like, like
That'd
evolution.
be what I would do if I can go back to school. It'd probably be either. Well, I'd have to do two things: it'd be physics and programming.
I'm not
because
good
you
enough
can
at
make money
math
with
to do
programming.
physics, though.
Oh, I
Physics.
could. I can math that shit.
Oh, really?
I was in advanced math and all my.
Like how far? Like vector calculus and shit?
Yeah. Back in the day. It's
So if
been
I give
20
you some,
years.
if I give you some applied differential
I
equations.
probably couldn't pass a GED at this point.
Oh, all right.
But
Okay. Well,